After 8 successful years of the Dettol NDTV Banega Swasth India campaign, today we have with us Ravi Bhatnagar as we're all geared up for season 9 of the campaign. Ravi, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Ambika.
The first thing what I would like to ask you into the 8th year, what do you think so far has been the biggest achievements of the campaign which Dettol and NDTV have been doing together for so many years now?
Thank you, Ambika. This is one of the very interesting and important questions. As you know, as a company, we believe in partners and the partnerships. We are able to galvanize supports from private sector, from the like-minded corporate sector, from the government, from the civil society. And in this whole journey of, 8 seasons now, we are able to galvanize support from over 200 plus partners, which has resulted into reaching to around 24 million school kids in India. Every, from out of 10, 8 schools are being covered by Dettol school program. Along with that, India has 100 plus aspirational districts. And very proudly, I can tell you, we cover all the 100 aspirational districts through our program, which is a Dettol Banega Swasth India program.
I mean, the way Dettol has been spearheading it, if I ask you specifically, but this year, as we're going into season 9, 8 successful years, luckily, touch wood, what are the goals and objectives of the campaign this year? मतलब उद्देश्य क्या है, लक्ष्य क्या है हमारे इस साल के लिए, season 9 के लिए?
Again, this is season 9. Season 9 is a very important season because we're talking about lakshya, for putting the goal setting for the Swasth India, and a lot of things have been happening. This is a post-COVID world, I will say. The last 2 years, people were inside the homes, and now people are again outside. A lot of things are important in terms of continuing hand washing, maintaining social distancing, working together for the big ambitions of making sure India is healthy, India is prospect. And that can only happen when, each one of us actually, work together. And that's a big mantra actually for all of us.
Taking, like you said, each one of us work together. And I think that's what, we've been trying to do, leaving no one behind and, health for all. If I ask you, Lakshya Sampurna Swasthya Ka, that's the, that's what we are looking at the focus, co-focus this year. What is the thought behind this? How do you think we can achieve this and the objective behind it?
Yeah, as we have been discussing in the previous years, also in the last 8 seasons, along with Mr. Bachchan and earlier CEOs Rakesh Kapoor and Lakshman Narasimhan and with others, we have been talking about leaving no one behind. If we really want to achieve the goal, if you want to achieve the lakshya, then we really need to work very aggressively and very strategically on leaving no one behind, so that those who are there in the last quintile can also be a part of the big progress what we are making together, and everyone has something to contribute. And this will be only possible when people come together and not just half-hearted effort by few. There needs to be a greater, better good which should prevail.
हमारा एक एनुअल इवेंट रवि होता है जो टेलीथॉन होता है 12 घंटे का लाइव 2 अक्टूबर को. उसके बारे में बताइए कि वो ऐसी क्या चीज़ है जो हमारे व्यूअर्स देख सकते हैं उस दिन.
सबसे पहले मैं एनडीटीवी को धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ कि हम लास्ट 8 साल से भारत का सबसे बड़ा हाइजीन और हेल्थ का कैंपेन भारत की जनता के लिए लेके आए हैं और ये 9वां साल है हम सब लोग को साथ में आते हुए. मैं सारी एनडीटीवी के व्यूअर्स को धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूँ जो हमारे साथ में जुड़े हुए हैं लास्ट इतने सीज़न से. इस बार आप देखेंगे कि हम भारत के अंदर किस तरह से हेल्थ और हाइजीन के नए मैसेजेस देने वाले हैं. हम काफ़ी सारे परफॉर्मेंसेस होने वाली हैं, बहुत सारे लोग आने वाले हैं परफॉर्मेंसेस देने के लिए. और ये 12 घंटे मैं गारंटी के साथ में बोल सकता हूँ कि ये 12 घंटे मिस्टर अमिताभ बच्चन के साथ में एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग टाइम हम स्पेंड करेंगे और आई एम श्योर you all will like it.
Ravi, we've been talking about the sustainable development goals. When we talk about really achieving them by 2030, you have been working a lot on this. I mean, I would say Reckitt, right? And along we've been doing a lot of stories. Just to ask you, where are we really on that? Are those goals achievable and how can we better that? And how can we really do it? And do you think it's achievable?
Very interestingly, if you see our purpose statement of Reckitt, which we have been talking continuously from over 3 years now, we are very much aligned to the SDGs, which are Sustainable Development Goal, and especially the Goal 3, which is on the health, and the goal 17, which is there on the partnerships. These are two very important fundamental goals. And if we talk about the overall journey of India on the SDGs 2030 agenda, we are quite on track on many goals. And there's a lot need to be done to really succeed as a country to reach there. But those ambitions can only be achieved together when we will be, leaving no one behind, and when we are aiming for achieving those goals. There was a time when the MDGs were actually put in place, which were the Millennium Development Goals. There was a transition from the MDGs to the SDGs. And I see how India has been progressing, and how India has been participating in the SDG 2030 agenda is something which is very incredible. And times will be telling us more how far and how close we are to that. But as of now, India is really, positioned itself very well on the SDGs. And along with the UN, along with the government, civil societies and all, everyone is trying to achieve it without any fail.
Absolutely. I think that's really, really important what you said about the SDGs, Ravi. So that's what on 2nd October, we are going to be talking about the Diarrhea Net Zero program, the play park. So all this definitely has to do with the bettering and the betterment of health of children as well as individuals. Thanks so much, Ravi.